so I'm gonna start with this book. I started reading this book a couple days ago, and I had read like three chapters, and then yesterday I just flew through the whole book. It's called Allegedly. Allegedly. Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. Content warning for this book. It does talk about like child death and a lot of like really sensitive abuse topics. So it's about a girl who is about to turn 16. And she allegedly killed a baby when she was 9 years old. But now that she is, I'll read you the back. It says, Mary B. Addison killed a baby, allegedly. She didn't say much in that first interview with detectives, and the media filled in the blanks, and the only blanks that mattered. A white baby had died under the care of a church-going black woman and her 9-year-old daughter. The public convicted Mary, and the jury made it official. But did she do it? She wouldn't say. Mary survived 6 years in baby jail before being dumped in a group home. There wasn't a point to setting the record straight before, but now she's got Ted and their unborn child to think about. When the state threatens to take her baby, Mary's fate now lies in the hands of the one person she distrusts the most, her mama. No one knows the real mama, but does anyone know the real Mary? So it's a pretty dark book. It's a pretty dark book. But it does focus on like some really important topics, like misjustice in the court systems, and racism, and like different aspects of abuse. So definitely content warning for the stuff in it. I liked this book. It is like a young adult novel, so it's not overly graphic, but it is still a pretty intense read. My friend had started reading this. She told me she ended up returning it to the library because she wanted something less dark, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely good if you like mysteries. It honestly, it left me with some unanswered questions. Like I wish it had gone a little bit more into detail of certain things, but I still really liked it. And apparently this is the author's debut novel, so for a debut novel it's really good. It does, like, the way they describe some of the people is like a little bit fatphobic and things like that. So it's not the most, like, I don't want to use the word up to date because I'm pretty sure it is a pretty recent book. But yeah, just be wary of all that stuff going into it. I did think like just the story in general was really good, like the plot lines. And I just really wanted to find out what actually happened, so I flew through it. So yeah, allegedly. Really good book. I'd give it like, I think on Goodreads I gave it a 4 out of 5. But if it would let me do half stars, it would have been like a 3.5 out of 5. Okay, and then this book. So I ordered a bunch of books on. So I feel like I'm just very stammery today and repeating myself. Sorry. My goal is to read 24 books. 24 books in 2024. So this was the first book I finished. I started another one that I'm almost done, but I ended up reading this one fully before that. And then I ordered a bunch of books online, like 4 different books, four different books, and that one arrived than 100 pages. I think it was 62 pages. So I was really, really shocked when I opened it because I was like, wait, what? And then I was thinking last night, like, maybe it's a kid's book or like meant for like young teens. No, because immediately they start talking about, can I even say that on here? I don't know. But it's, starts up talking about sex work. So, I was like, oh, okay, this is not for kids. It's by my favorite author. I love Gillian Flynn's work. I love GILLIANFLYNN. Gillian Flynn. It's called The Grownup. And it says, I read it all today. I picked it up this morning. It's like just now, like maybe 11:30 a.m. and I've already read it, but it's short, so it's easy. It says, a canny young woman is struggling to survive by perpetrating various levels of mostly harmless fraud. On a rainy April morning, she is reading auras at Spiritual Palms when Susan Burke walks in. A keen observer of human behavior, our unnamed narrator immediately diagnoses beautiful, rich Susan as an unhappy woman, eager to give her lovely life a drama injection. However, when the psychic visits the eerie Victorian home that has been the source of Susan's terror and grief, she realizes she may not have to pretend to believe in ghosts anymore. Miles, Susan's teenage stepson, doesn't help the matter with his disturbing manner and grisly imagination. The three are soon locked in a chilling battle to discover where true evil truly lurks and what, if anything, can be done to escape it. It was written, it says The Grownup, which originally appeared as What Do You Do in George R.R. Martin's Rogues Anthology, proves once again that Gillian Flynn is one of the most original and skilled voices in fiction. So she originally wrote it to be part of like a group of stories that other people submitted as well, and then they released it as its own. I think it makes such good noises for tapping. But I really, really liked it. All of Gillian Flynn's work is just really good to me. And it was like, my friend just said that it's such a treat to read short stories sometimes when you're so used to longer novels. And it's true, it just kind of felt like a little dessert for me, just a little. Speaking of dessert, this is really random. I had dreams all night about this shop that doesn't actually exist, but it was like, I went there, got my mom and I some, and then I left, and then I went back, and it like kept reoccurring in my dreams, but it was like an ice cream shop, but you like got, it was kind of like cake too, but like not ice cream cake, and you could pick like a flavor, and then there was some kind of a whipped topping that goes on top. I don't know, but I woke up wanting to recreate it so badly, and I don't know how. But yeah, The Grownup. I really liked this one. I also ordered Gillian Flynn's, because I've read Sharp Objects and Gone Girl, which I recommend both so much. One sec, I have to cough. I recommend Gone Girl and Sharp Objects so much. They're some of my favorite books. Gone Girl is my favorite book. So definitely recommend. And then I ordered her other book, Dark Places. So yeah, this one is great if you like, it's again like mystery, kind of ghost story, but then there's a lot of like twists and turns, and it's really short. So if you're just looking for something that you can fly this year. Read this year so far. My goal is 24, and I realized January was almost done, and up until like 3 days ago I hadn't finished a full book, so I was like, oh my god, I need to get on this. So 2 books a month is my goal. This month will be 3 because I will finish The Goodbye Cat. And then these are 4 other ones that I hope to read this year. This one is called Paperweight. I'm gonna try to read this one, but it is about a girl with an eating disorder, like content warning for that. And I did last year start recovery for my eating disorder. So books like this can be a little triggering to me because I do know, like I've read a few in the past about people with eating disorders, and they are pretty graphic about the thought process and everything. So I'm just trying to like, I want to read it, but at the same time, I don't want to do anything that could like put me in like a bad headspace, you know. So I just ordered a bunch of books like last year, and it like kept recommending like order this as a bundle, so I did, and I know what one of them was, but when they came, they were like all very depressing. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. Okay, should I read the back? Yeah, this sounds depressing, but it says 17-year-old Stevie is trapped in her life, in her body, and now in an eating disorder treatment center on the dusty outskirts of the New Mexico desert. Life in the center is regimented and intrusive, a nightmare come true. Nurses and therapists watch Stevie at mealtime, accompanying her to the bathroom and challenge her to eat the foods she's worked so hard to avoid. Her dad has signed her up for 60 days of treatment, but what no one knows is that Stevie doesn't plan to stay that long. There are only 27 days until the anniversary of her brother Josh's death, the death she caused. And if Stevie gets her way, there are only 27 days until she too will end her life. In this emotionally haunting and beautifully written young adult debut, Meg Austin delves into the devastating impact of trauma and loss while posing the questions: why are some consumed by their illness while others embarked on a path toward recovery? So I'm hoping it's not that bad because it is a young adult book. But again, I don't know why I have such like a penchant for reading dark books. I've watched a lot of other like ASMR book review videos recently, and everybody reads like fantasy books and like things like that, which like I like those books as well, but I don't know why I'm always drawn to really books too. It was just like, I'm supposed to already know about them, and I was like, okay, I don't. But the rest of the story, like, didn't really have to do too much with the first book. It was just more like the mentions of other characters, and then actually ghosted her boyfriend at the time, and I'm like, but why? Like, I'm just so confused. Turns out it's a whole other freaking book that I missed, so I want to read it. They're just really big books. Like, this is like 500 pages, and I found the other one, as good as it was, like, I really liked it. It was quite slow. And I was reading some of her reviews for her other books last night, and people did, like, The Good Daughter had a lot of bad reviews. Like, people just said it was really slow and rambly. And just a book called Pretty Girls, which people said they really liked, so I might get that one. But I really want to watch the TV show based on this, but I have to read a book before I watch the TV show, so I'm going to do that. But this is Pieces of Her. If you've seen the TV show, let me know if you liked it, or if you've read this book or any of these books. It says that Andrea knows everything about her mother, Laura. She knows Laura has spent nearly her whole life in the small beachside town of Belle Isle, Georgia. She knows Laura's a beloved speech pathologist. She knows Laura's never kept a secret in her life. Andrea knows that Laura is everything she isn't: confident, settled, sure of herself, feeling listless with no direction. Andrea, unlike Laura, struggles to find her way. But Andrea's certainty is upended when a visit to the mall is shattered by an act of horrifying violence that reveals a new side of Laura, a cool woman who calmly faces down a murderer. It turns out that before Andrea's mother was Laura, she was someone completely different. For nearly 30 years, she's been hiding from the woman she once was, lying low in the hope that no one would ever find her again. But now she's been exposed, and nothing will ever be the same. To save her mother, Andrea embarks on a desperate journey following the breadcrumb trail of her mother's past. Andrea knows that if she can't uncover the secrets hidden there, there may be no future for her mother or for her. So that explains why I was supposed to know who her mom was in Girl Forgotten, because it was the sequel to this book. So I definitely need to read this one. Okay. I can feel my lip going totally numb, and I'm like, how do I prevent this? I don't know. Okay. Another depressing book. My sister actually got this one for Christmas. Not this, like, I already had this one, and my sister asked for the same book for Christmas. Not knowing that I had it, so it's called Girl in Pieces. Pieces of Her, Girl in Pieces. It's also really depressing because I'm sorry, none of these are happy. Well, the Goodbye Cat has some happy stories. That's about it. It says Charlotte Davis is in pieces. At 17, she's already lost more than most people do in a lifetime, but she's learned how to forget. Okay, crazy trigger warning, guys. The broken glass washes away the sorrow until there's nothing but calm. You don't have to think about your father and the river, your best friend who is gone forever, or your mother who has nothing left to give you. Every new scar hardens Charlie's heart just a little more, yet it hurts so much. It hurts enough to not care anymore, which is what has to happen before you find your way back from the edge. So, another deeply depressing book. But it's, apparently it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. And then most depressing like book haul until I'm like doing it and I'm like, oh god, I hope people can still relax and enjoy this video when it's all just the darkest, saddest books ever. If you have cheery book recommendations, I'll take it. I don't know when the last time I read like a romance novel was. I know like a lot of my single friends love romance novels. I'm like the opposite. As a single girly, like I can't read that. Okay. The last book I have is like maybe a little less depressing. Maybe. I feel like I've talked about this book on my channel before. It's The Last Confessions of Sylvia Plath. I know I've talked about Sylvia Plath on here because I love her. She's like my favorite writer, poet. So this book, I thought when I bought it, because I kind of saw it as I was about to leave the bookstore and I was like, oh my god, need. I thought it would be like it's fiction, which I don't know how I feel about that personally, because I don't know, I don't love the exploitation of Sylvia Plath, and how people treated her after her death, so I feel weird that this is just like a man who wrote it using her name, so like I wanted to read it right away, but I'm just like a little bit weirded out by it, I guess. So it's just supposed to be like, it takes real quotes from Sylvia and stuff and kind of writes it into a fiction book. This is what it said. A multi-generational story inspired by true events. The Last Confessions of Sylvia P. imaginally brings into focus the period of promise and tragedy that marked the writing of Sylvia Plath's modern classic, The Bell Jar, one of my favorite books ever. SD, a seasoned curator for a small Massachusetts auction house, makes an astonishing find. The original manuscript of Sylvia Plath's semi-autobiographical novel, The Bell Jar, written by hand in her journals 55 years earlier. Betting the document, SD will discover she's connected to Plath's legacy in an unexpected way. Plath's psychiatrist, Dr. Ruth Barnhouse, treats Plath during the dark days she spends in McLean Hospital following a suicide attempt, and helps set the brilliant poet and writer on path toward literary greatness. Poet Boston Rhodes, a talented, if spiteful fellow student at Robert Lowell's now legendary 1963 poetry seminar, pushes Plath to write about her experiences at McLean, tipping into a fatal spiral of madness and ultimately forging her legacy. So, I wanted to read it just because Sylvia Plath is such like an important part of my life and her work is so important to me. And I'm really curious about if they do her justice in the book, like if it's well written and respectful. But I do think it's weird to use anybody's name, like anybody who is a real person's name in a work of fiction. Like the movie Blonde, I haven't seen it, I won't watch it. It's based on Marilyn Monroe, but like 90% of it is fiction. Even the writer like wrote a book, like it's based on the book where it uses Marilyn Monroe's name, but most of what happens didn't actually happen in real life. It's just like a fiction telling of Marilyn's life, which I think is like really disrespectful to do. Like you could have just made it that about any fake celebrity then. In the movie you didn't have to base like a dramatic movie off a real person and just put like their name through all of this dramatic stuff. So I do feel really weird about people doing that. But I want to read it just to Winehouse do it as well. Amy Winehouse was a very beautiful, amazing person who was just like fully her own, you know. So I just hope they don't disrespect her in it, you know. So I will read this. I'm nervous to read it, and I should probably read the reviews. After this, I'm gonna go read the Goodreads review for it. And if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave like a scathing review and tell them to leave. You know, like, leave Brittany alone. That's me with Sylvia Plath. Leave Sylvia alone, please. So yeah, that is my book haul review. Just books I want to read this year, books I have read this year so far. I really hope you enjoyed. If you have read any of these books and you have opinions, thoughts, I would love to hear them. Love to hear them. Love to hear them. I love hearing people's books, opinions. I also would love to like add me on Goodreads. If anybody has Goodreads, let me know, because I would love to see everybody's different bookie opinions. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this extremely depressing. I don't know why it was so depressing. I'm sorry. This extremely depressing book review haul. I will try to get some more cheery books. Okay, I didn't read how depressing. Like, I didn't realize how sad all of the books I choose to read are until now. So I will try to switch it up. But thank you so much for watching.